so I am gonna start now. So, I basically found out that, or I knew that I was gay around, I would say, sixth grade. Like, okay, I was in elementary school and, like, I was made fun of a lot because I was a major teacher's pet. Like, seriously, you have no idea. Like, everyone at my elementary school, every single teacher knew my name. I was constantly in the office for good reasons, never any bad reasons. And yeah, then like all of the guys would make fun of me all the time. And the thing that kind of got them like upset is that some of the really like popular girls, I would say, like they were like kind of attractive. They would like hang out with me and stuff. They would like talk to me and stuff. They would just only hang out with me, and they got jealous of that. So they would like always pick on me, call me fag, and they would say like, "Oh, you should join the cheerleaders and everything." And they wouldn't like let me play basketball with them or dodgeball or volleyball. And yeah, I got annoying. So just got really upset. And I got with this girl in sixth grade named Stacy because I'm sorry Stacy if you're watching this. Okay, yeah. I got with her because like I just wanted people to like lay off of me, so just to think that I was straight when actually it wasn't. So yeah, I got with her and like I just pretended to like her. We didn't even do anything, but like oh my god, people were just like, oh, like if he's with Stacy, she's really pretty and cute and funny. He has to be straight. So people were actually cooling down, stopped making fun of me, and like were pretty chill with me. And pretty much that was okay. But then like I got with her like 2 months before school ended, and so yeah, and then right after, okay, at the start of like seventh grade, that's when I started to realize that I'm like, holy crap, I um I am, what do you call it? I am gay. And I'm like thinking like, how the hell am I going to tell my parents? Like I am not attracted to women whatsoever. Like what am I gonna do? Like how am I gonna like when my parents would expect me to marry a woman and have kids with her and everything, like the whole American life, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. And like I would just spend like just looking myself in the mirror, just thinking about like disappointing them and like if they would be okay with that, if like knowing that their son is gay and stuff like that. So it was kind of a lot for me to take in. So finally in seventh grade, going to middle school was like a big transition for me because like I had like what do you call it? Like the school system was like periods, like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, anyways, so like yeah, that was kind of a big deal. So like I met new friends and everything, and yeah, so eventually middle school was there at eighth grade, and then there was this guy I liked a lot, but I knew he didn't like me. Or I didn't like. I knew he didn't like me, but like people always said that he was gay. So I really didn't know if he was, and I was afraid to ask him. And like literally none of my friends knew that I was gay, and like people would, some of like my guy friends would always joke around calling me gay, but like they're just jokingly say it. Like I don't even think they actually meant it, but like it still kind of hurt me. So finally, like high school was coming, and I was thinking like, oh crap, like pretty soon people are gonna find out, and something's gonna happen. So, like, okay, so at the summer of ninth grade, going into ninth grade, when I started high school, I met this guy and he was really, really cool. We hung out a lot. We went to like go places to eat and stuff. He was really sweet and very attractive, and he was smart. But the one thing I didn't like about him is that he was kind of like a bad boy and stuff. So, anyways, like I would always invite him over to my house, and like since school was starting up, I had a advanced placement class that I was taking at the community college for school. So I had to study for that, and I would always tell my mom like, yeah, he has to come over. He has to come over to help me study. And she's like, oh, okay then. So pretty much she'll be over my house like every single day. And my mom didn't even think anything about it because she didn't even suspect me of being gay. And yeah, so then sooner or later, she was like really friendly with him. She liked him and everything. And yeah, so eventually everything was going fine. And so one day, I invited him over to my house to study, and we weren't actually studying, if you know what I mean. And well, this is kind of like the worst way for parents to find out. Well, anyways, we were in my room, and we were actually studying at first, but like I don't know what led to what, I forgot, and like we started like making out and kissing and stuff, and like my mom walked in, and so I'm so stupid, and I usually lock the door when I'm up there, but I forgot to lock the door, and I didn't even hear her come up the steps. So like she opened the door, and like I was on top of him, and bam, she screams and slams the door, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like gonna have a heart attack, and my brother's in the other room, and my little brother's downstairs playing the Xbox, and the guy I was with, I told him, you know what, just leave, go out through the window, just climb down through the window. So he climbed through the window and left. And my mom was like in the kitchen. I could hear her on the phone calling someone, and I don't know who she was talking to, but I knew she was like sobbing downstairs. I could hear her from upstairs, and my little brother kept on asking her what's wrong, and my older brother was upstairs in his room like blasting his music. So yeah, I guess he didn't know what was going on. So finally, like I went downstairs, and I'm like, oh crap, what's gonna happen? And by the way, my parents are divorced, so my dad lives in Texas, so he doesn't know yet. So well, I'll get to that after. But yeah, so I went downstairs to confront my mom, and she just looks at me and she's like tearing up and like sobbing, and she's like, Eddie, we need to go for a drive. And I'm like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? Like, is she gonna kill me or something? I'm like, I don't want to go with her. And I'm like, okay, so let's go. So we got into the car, and she was like driving so fast and recklessly, and like speeding and crap. And I'm like, oh my god. And like, she stopped. We're at a stoplight, and she's like, I wasn't even talking, and the music, there was no radio or nothing. We were just silent, and it was like nothing playing, and it was so weird. And she's like, Eddie, is there something you need to tell me? And I'm like, no. And she's like, Edward, you tell me right now. If there's something you need to tell me right now. I am your mom, and you're gonna tell me. And I'm like, there isn't nothing to tell you. Like, I have nothing to tell you. And she's like, don't lie to me. And she's like, I saw what you were doing up there. And I'm like, like I was crying. And so finally, like, my mom was like, are you gay? And I'm like, yes. And then like we drove to the park, and we got off, and we started walking and just talked about it. And she said like, why didn't I tell her sooner and stuff? And she just felt disappointed, and it was kind of disrespectful. She said that I didn't tell her because she is my mother, and I could come to her no matter what. And she said that she would always love me no matter what. and no matter what my sexual orientation is, and like that meant a lot to me. So like we hugged and we cried at the park and stuff. And then she's all like how many other people know? I'm like just well you know now, and a few of my cousins, and not that many friends. Like only a couple of my friends, like a few of my best friends. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, what about dad? Are you gonna tell him? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how he's gonna handle it. So I was kind of nervous about that. So finally, we like drove home, and I told her not to tell my older brother because I wanted to tell him. And the thing that's kind of weird is that like my family is like we're religious. Like I'm Catholic, and I got my first communion. I went to catechism, like Bible school, whatever the hell you call it. I've done all of that, and she still accepts me, and my whole family is really accepting. And it's just it's strange. But like when I had to tell my dad, like it was so crazy because I finally told my dad, and I guess he knew, and he was like, "Is there something you need to tell me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "Yeah." So finally, I told him like, "Yeah, I'm gay and everything." He's like, "Oh, okay, really? Like, how long have you known?" And I'm like, "I've known for a while." He's like, "Oh, well, that's okay. Like, I still love you. You're my son, and like, if anyone messes with you or picks on you for being gay, like, just come and talk to me, and like, I'll handle it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that was kind of supportive. Like, I mean, he loves me, and that was kind of sweet of him saying that. Like, he'll protect me from other people. And then the the thing that I kind of hate is that like every guy that like every guy friend that I introduce, he either thinks it's a guy I'm dating, so it's kind of weird. But yeah. But anyways, my older brother knew a long time already, because like I've never really had a girlfriend since like 6th grade, and like all I ever bring to the house is guys. So he just kind of knew. And like in my room are nothing but posters of Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, Marina, Justin Bieber, Josh Hutcherson, everything. So yeah, and like shirtless pictures of guys. So he knew, and it was so it was funny. But he just never said anything. He wanted me to tell him, and I did tell him when he said he loved me and everything. My older brother's actually 19, so he's pretty cool about it. And so yeah. And then I told the rest of my family. I told my grandparents. My grandma at first was kind of disappointed. Her response was that I was going to get AIDS and that it was just a phase I was going through, and that like you're not born that way. And then I told her right after school, and right after school I told her, and like after that, like she just like after that day I told her after school. I forgot how I brought it up, but I just wanted to tell as much people as I can because I just felt like it was too much for me to handle, like keeping it a secret. So I just wanted to tell everyone. So I just told my grandma, and that day I told her, and for like 3 weeks she kept on calling me and calling me. So like, Eddie, are you sure it's not a phase? And she would give me these pamphlets about AIDS and gay sex and all this stuff, like the consequences and like everything. And like the thing that was so like awkward and I hated is that she would pick me up from school. And like I would hate that. Like after school I would go pick her up and it was just me and her. So like during the ride home it would just be me and her talking, and I hated that. So like I would just put on my headphones and she would rip them off and start like freaking bitching at me about like all this shit. So I just got mad about that. So finally, like after 3 weeks, she calmed down and accepted it, and I told her like, you know what, this is who I am. Like this isn't a phase. And she's like, oh, okay then, and yeah. So she's cool with it now. My grandpa knows. My grandpa was somewhat disappointed too, but he's okay with it now. And my uncles know, my family knows, and yeah, they're all cool. My other grandparents know, so they're all cool with it. And how I told my friends, because my friends suspected it, because like I've never had a girlfriend, and like, I mean, I don't act gay. It's just that I don't think personally. I don't think I act gay. It's just that like I don't know. Like I take really good care of like myself. So like I do my eyebrows, I do my nails. I mean like I don't paint my nails. I get like manicures, pedicures, and everything. And yeah. So like I dress really nice to school. Like I dress like freaking formal to school, and my friends were like, "Oh my god, who are you trying to impress?" Like there's no one here. I'm like, I'm not trying to impress anyone. This is just how I express myself. This is my style. So yeah, they were like, and people would get like, "Oh my god, like who's he trying to impress?" And like they were calling me like rich boy because like I have all these like designer shit. So yeah, ugh. But I think that's just how I express myself. So people called me gay for that and everything. But like, really, I don't see anyone. I really don't know of anyone who has a problem with me. Like, no one has ever made fun of me for for being gay at like at school anymore. It's oh my god. It's no one has actually made fun of me in high school for being gay. I've seen other people be made fun of for being gay, but not me, and I stand up for those kids. But there is a kid who shall remain nameless that made fun of me in 6th grade constantly for being gay. And he is now hitting me up today. He goes to high school with me. He is hitting me up. He sends me text messages hitting me up. You want to hang out and other crap. Uh-huh. So the thing is, don't judge a book by its cover because you don't know if he's gay or not. So, yeah, so pretty much I don't get picked on by anyone. At school, people are really accepting now, and I'm really grateful for that. So, it does get better. I mean, like, it got better for me when I was a lot younger, and I'm just really glad it did. Like, I'm so glad. I'm like, all this pressure that came off of me, it's so good. And like I'm so happy like I can now be like open like with myself, and I'm happy, and I'm like it's great. Like it's a great feeling when you can be open about who you are, like your sexuality, your orientation and everything. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Um Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. But I just want to let all you people out there who are still in the closet that it does get better. People's minds will change, and you should be alive to see it. Because, okay, there are going to be a lot of people you're going to meet that are going to have problems with you, but they aren't going to be in your life forever. They're just going to be in your life for a portion of that period in your life. So just don't let them affect you. And your life may seem hard and difficult and challenging right now, but you have to find some way to make it bearable. Because in the end, the only one who's being affected is not them, it's you. You're the one who's getting you're the one who's getting emotionally hurt, physically hurt, everything. So you're the one who needs to control yourself and don't let these type of things bother you. I mean, like when I was younger and I was in the closet, yeah, things bothered me too. But I tried not to let them bother me. And still, things do still bother me now. But I try not to let them bother me because I know it's not worth my time. Because right now, I just use all the time I have on people who care and love me. Why should I waste my time on the people who hate and bully me? That doesn't make any sense if I should give my attention to those people when I don't give any attention to people that actually care about me. So that's just one thing to think about. But just remember that you always have friends and family, those people that love you out there. You're never alone. And feel free to message me on my channel, or you can also message me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I'll put it on the description below. So thank you so much, and goodbye.